Hello YouTube, this is Jay here, and this is just a small little ecosystem that I want to show off. Some of you may notice that this bottle looks a bit familiar. This is just a water bottle that has been cut and filled with a deep gravel substrate and some water in there. I use this thing as an experimental tank. I have a video of it. I'll put a link to the video in the description below. But so when I was done with the experiment, I tore down rest of the sand bed tanks, but I just kept this gravel one just to see how long it could potentially last. So for about a year, I just kept it going, and the tank survived. The tank didn't have any problems. The ramshorns just continued to breed, and nothing was wrong. And after about a year, I decided to add a little bit of plants in it to make it pretty much a indefinitely lasting tank. So just to break this down, this is about 1.5 liters in volume. It has a very thick and very deep gravel substrate. It is made up of gravel that's about half an inch to an inch in size. It's very deep, and inside here I have nothing but ramshorn snails. You can see them in there. And this thing used to have just nothing but gravel, and I'll just feed it about once every 2 to 3 days. And after about a year, I decided to add some duckweed, and you can see under there, under duckweed, you can see I have some algae. And I used to have just 2 ramshorns in here, and they have just continued to breed. So I think I've got about 5 or 6 big ones in there, and a couple baby ones. So yeah, this tank has just been going well. It's been way over 1 year. I actually set this up in February 2018 to do my experiments, and now it's been more than a year and 3 months later, and it is still going. So if you just design a tank sensibly with a deep substrate and some plants and whatever, it can last for a very long time indeed. So this is just something I want to show off. This is a small, very tiny ecosystem that has lasted more than a year without a problem. So if you just scale this up and make a sensible tank, I just want to show that it can last a very long time without any water changes or anything. You can just do top offs for evaporation and not have a filter or anything, and it can last as long as you feed it a sensible amount and you have that balanced ecosystem in mind. It will work. So this is just a small representation of what can be done. And it's something that I just strive to teach people, that there are different ways of doing it. You can just do the conventional way and just have a sponge filter and do regular water changes. That is fine if it works for you. But I just want to show that there are different ways of doing tanks, and as long as you know what you're doing, then you can make it work. So this is just my tiny little ecosystem in a bottle that has been going on for more than a year, and I just wanted to show that. Thanks for watching, guys.